Um,
Sorry, babies, I'm coming to you.
so, I'm Deshaun, member of the media, I guess. Private business owner of a couple of media businesses, and I work at Proctor's, so I work with young people in the community. My one question, or I guess maybe it's to the room and to the elect, critical mass. As we see this room, could be a lot more packed. How do you guys see? How do you see yourself galvanizing informed voters, knowing kind of what we're up against, and then seeing what she's proposing? How do we galvanize informed young voters?
That's a great question. That's a great question. Do you want to answer? Go ahead, you can answer. Sure.
Okay. I'm the leader, one of the administrators of a national activist group. We're called Equal Vote Local.
Louder.
Okay, we're called Equal Vote Local. We're a national activist political group. And our mission is basically to empower women and minorities to find their voice through the electoral process. Now, how do we do that? We do that basically because our motto is don't just comment, act. We try to encourage people to get out the vote, to register their neighbors if they aren't registered. If they are in a state that needs a voter ID, we will work with them to try to get them to the proper groups, proper people to get the IDs they need to vote. Now in our community, of course, New York State, we don't have voter ID laws because we don't Jim Crow for voting. But what we have to do as a community, every one of us in this room should know how to register a person to vote. Everyone in this room should have voter registration forms in their vehicle.
I do.
Everyone in this room should be willing to go to craft fairs, to flea markets, to the farmer's market, and ask for them to volunteer space for you to set up a table and register people to vote. Now, Teresa, I hope you don't mind me mentioning my run again, but one of the things that I am proposing if I get elected to school board, because I am running next year, New York State just passed a law that allows 16 and 17-year-olds to pre-register to vote so that on their 18th birthday, they go to the polls. They don't have to go to their county BOE and register on their 18th birthday and then wait for all the paperwork to go through, get their voter registration card, and vote in the next election. If their birthday is on election day and they turn 18, they can vote. One thing I'm going to do in the schools is I'm going to make sure we have policies that encourage our voting age students to vote and to register them to vote. Because we are not going to change any of this overnight. Teresa's already told you this. This is a long game. This is not an overnight fix. We have to be in it for the long haul, and we have to start it with the little ones. Because the people that aren't going to vote, the people that we can't get through to, they've already made up their minds. And you are not going to change them. 32% of this country believes every word that orange-skinned buffoon in Washington says. And you know what I found out? There's no sense engaging with that. Because you're not going to change someone's mind who's already been made up. So how do we do it? We go after the people who haven't made up their minds. We give them the feeling that their vote matters, that their opinion matters, that their voice matters. And we get them registered, and we speak. And we tell them, you have a problem? If you don't go to your city council meeting and express your opinion, if you don't go to your school board meeting and express your opinion, then you have no right to complain because you have done nothing but comment and you have not acted. I told Teresa this story earlier. 3 years now I've gone to meet the candidates tonight for school board. 3 years straight. Being conservative, I would estimate we have about 30,000 eligible registered voters in this city. The most people I've seen show up and meet the candidates tonight for your school board is 40 people. Less than 1/10 of 100% of the registered voters in this city show up to find out who's running for school board.
Can I add to that? So the last meeting we were in there together, and I think out of all the people who were in the room, maybe 5 people were like, could possibly have young kids still in school.
And how many minorities were there? 3?
3,
And you were one of them.
yeah, maybe 2, but not counting the
Yeah,
candidates.
and I think the most in 3 years I've seen minority-wise is 4.
Okay.
So let me ask the people here a question. I'm sorry, Teresa, if I'm taking that. This is my question for the community. We all sit here and we talk about racial discrimination, racial profiling, disparity of suspension rates in the school district amongst our minorities, and these are real problems. They are. Where are you? Where are you? I don't see people at the school board meetings. I sure as hell don't see them at the city council meetings. And I don't, and that's what we got to do. We have got to convince people as a community that they got to speak up. Because if they don't speak up, nothing is going to change. The people with the money will always win, and Teresa's right. We don't need money. Boots on the ground, people. Let me tell you, as a national activist, I've worked on numerous campaigns last year for congresspeople. And every one of them, where we had boots on the ground, we did better than we were projected, and we won most of the districts. We put a lot of women in office last year. And we don't do that without boots on the ground.
Imperative.
And that is how you win.